It's your money and your money matters. For the best advice to help you succeed, turn to Gib and John. They know what you need to make the right financial decision.
Let's just go back and do a quick little history lesson. We've gone a year roughly without a 5% pullback.
Right.
And that a 5% pullback usually happens twice a year. So we've now gone a year without one of those. So those things get pent up. In other words, they are passed on to the next year, and something will happen usually in that following year where there's a shakeout. That being said, is that we're going to have a shakeout, whether that's 3%, 4%, 5%. What typically, it's going to occur. You just have to be willing to stay the course and not back out, because we do think that the fundamentals show that a recession is definitely off the board for 18, at least you would think from the statistics that we're watching, and probably into 19. So you have to.
The name to get familiar with that we'll talk a lot about is Jerome Powell.
So there's a little bit of changeover in the Fed itself. Obviously, Janet Yellen will step down in February. Jerome Powell will take over. Most people say they're pretty much in lockstep. They're both pretty transparent. They both like to dictate what moves are going to be. So I don't think you're going to see a real big change as far as
The new tax bill would do three things, hopefully. And if they do, and with the economic data that we said here in the first quarter hour, if we can get new capital spending, if we can get growth-oriented activities, and we can get increased consumer spending, then we will have another year in 2018 like we've had in 2017.
Yeah, I don't know that we'll see 20% on the S&P, but we'll have tremendous growth. We'll have great growth. I mean, the trend has been in this first week of the new year, and really going into the last week after the passage of the tax reform bill, that major corporations are spending money on their employees. Bonuses across the board,
Yeah, that was good.
and so that's what you wanted to see. You wanted the trend. I like that I've now seen some 10 or 15 companies in print that I've come across, and probably there are more than that that have already announced these types of things. And to me, that's a sign of health, and it's also a sign that there's a commitment to this new tax bill that I'm sure was implied by the Trump administration that these types of things would be done. So it's good news.